I'm curious about God. I'm curious about his life. I'm curious about God's existence. What's that like to be God? You know, we don't know anything about him. I think one reason people don't believe in him because we don't have a sense of God, because it doesn't say anything anymore. He used to talk all the time. He used to go up to people on the street. Hey, tell everybody does that. Writing on the rocks. Look at that! Do it! And it was confused. Everybody's like, oh, okay, trying to figure it out. And then for 2,000 years, he just, nothing, says nothing. And everybody's fighting. He could clear a lot of shit up with a 5-minute press conference. If God spoke for 5 minutes, he'd solve a lot of problems. He'd just show up, all right, everybody, yeah, I'm the Lord, okay. Real quick. First of all, Mormons just, no. What is that? Just go home. Also, Jews with the little things, what the fuck, I don't know. Put a hat on or don't, nobody gives a shit. This is weird, I hate these. I hate them. I send everybody with one of those to hell every day. I do, it's just my thing, just so you know. Do what you want, but that's where you're going. Now you know. Also, I don't care who you fuck, I don't care. It never mattered. It was Adam and Eve and Steve, they were all fucking each other. I was jerking off to it, it was a great time. So it's not an issue for me. I don't know why it is for you. Have fun and use all the holes, that's what I say. Also, you're supposed to fuck the animals. That's why I made them. Why are you not fucking the animals? There's only like 30,000 of you fucking the animals. What are the rest of you? You're eating them? That's disgusting. How could you eat a perfectly fuckable pig?
I think if there is a God, I don't know if it's the one in the Bible, because that's a weird story. He's our Father, and we're his children. That's it. Our Father who art in heaven. Where's our mother? What happened to our mom? What did he do to our mom? Something happened. Somewhere in heaven there's a porch with a dead lady under it, and I want this. Somebody's got to check the trunk of God's car for bleach and rope and fibers. Well, how can we not have a mother? At least maybe God's divorced. Maybe he has an ex-wife. God's a single dad and he's raising us alone and we're praying like, and he's like, I'm trying, it's just me up here. Maybe that's what's going on. Maybe your life is your time. This is our weekend with Dad. That's what life is your weekend. And then when you die, you go to Mom's house.
I wanted to see the Jesus movie where they beat the shit out of Jesus. And, boy, did they beat the shit out of that guy. What the fuck did he do? He had to do something. He must have done something. Nobody gets the shit beat out of him like that for no fucking reason. Come on. He must have fucking keyed somebody's Camaro or something. That's the kind of beat and you watch and you go, hey! But one guy goes, you know, he fucking goes, oh. He had to do some shit. Some people said he did it because of me. I wasn't even fucking near that place. I don't even fucking know any of those assholes. I've never been to fucking Egypt or wherever the fuck that happened. I fucking start saying I did some shit. Hey, I fucking watched it in a movie. My fault. Fuck you, fucking asshole. I know who got fucked up. They already kicked my ass. I haven't taken my beatings. Fucking, he's an asshole looking for some out. He did some fucked up shit. They beat the shit out of him. He's like, hey, you did some shit.
Triangles with red tips. They look like candy corn that somebody stepped on. But it's nice having a girlfriend. It's better than being married because, you know, with a girlfriend you can switch. And marriage is, fuck, that's hard. I feel bad for people that are in a bad marriage. If you're in a bad marriage, by the way, you know what you should do? Just stay home. Don't make people, just self-quarantine. Don't make people fucking look at you. You know those couples that come over for dinner and they're holding a gun to each other's heads like, hi, thanks for having us. Fuck. There's always that awful moment at dinner. One of them's like, we saw that show on Wednesday. The other one's like, it wasn't Wednesday. They're all gonna fucking puke because of your life. Oh, that's bad. I was on an airplane one time, and a married couple came on, and they had been sat separately. There was some mistake, so they're trying to figure it out. And the woman, she's supposed to sit here, she comes up to me and she says, "Would you mind moving so I can sit with my husband?" And he's behind her, he's like, and I wanted to help him. But what am I going to say to his wife? Just, "No, I won't move." Then I have to sit with her. So I just got off the plane. I didn't go on the trip. I got off the plane, and it took off, and it hit the World Trade Center. So that was bad. I'll never forget that day. Oh, fuck, that was so unnecessary. That was wildly unnecessary. I don't know, man. I'm sorry. I'm fucking mentally ill. I don't know what it is. I've been thinking about this. I think the thing is, I think I learned too early in my life that when I say something and people get angry, I just like how that feels. I don't know why, but I learned it too early. I think that's the problem. I learned that when I was 6. That's too young for that kind of, I learned all the bad words when I was 6. I learned them all in one day from this old dude who hung around our neighborhood. I don't know if he lived there or what, but there was this old dude with a shitty coat and a dark tooth that was always walking around my neighborhood. And if you were a kid walking alone, he'd walk up and, hey, talk to you. Because it was the 70s. You could just walk up to kids and talk to them. Now you can't even fuck them. It's crazy how things have... I'm sorry. I know it's wrong to fuck kids, by the way. Just to be clear, I know that fucking children is wrong. I don't even need to be told. I just know that it's wrong. I would know it was wrong even if it was popular. Even if people were like, you should fuck kids, it's great. I wouldn't do it. Even if kids came up to me all the time, you should fuck me, I like it, I wouldn't mind at all. I would say, no, thank you, young man. Even if doctors proved that it was beneficial to the health of children to fuck them, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't fuck a kid to save his life. That's even if somebody said to me, if you fuck just this one kid, then no kid will ever get fucked ever again. I might have to fuck that one kid. That might be the right thing to do. I'm saving all those kids. Oh, I'm saving them all. Not you. Not you. You're the last one. Hypothetically. Anyway, so the old man came up to me on the street, and he said, hey, do you want to know all the bad words? And I said, yes, I think I do. So he's like, all right, okay, fuck, shit, piss, dick, balls, ass, cock, diarrhea, pussy, fart, cum. And I was like, just felt so good. I went to school, I went right up to my teacher, I said, fuck, shit, piss, dick, balls, ass, cock, diarrhea, cum, fart. And she started crying. It's a true story. She was like, ah! She started crying. I had a boner. I was so happy. It's the best moment of my life. I had to go to the principal's office. He said, do you kiss your mother with that mouth? I said, no, but I eat her pussy with it. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, relationships are tough. That's what I'm talking about. I used to date a woman who was a vegan, so I had to fuck her with my dick substitute. And remember when meeting a vegan was weird? Remember when that was like a strange thing? Like, oh, what is that? Like, you probably met your first vegan in the 90s. You had like a dinner party and somebody brought a vegan. And they said, just so you know, I'm a vegan. And you're like, I'm sorry, you're a vegetarian? And they're like, no. Like, all right, what is the thing? And they tell you all, okay, yeah, I have no food for you. You can eat a napkin and shit paper, I don't care. But then you met another vegan, and you're like, oh, okay. And then now they're everywhere. Now, who cares? There's several vegans in restaurants and whatever. It's kind of like gay people, sort of a similar trajectory of growth and acceptance in the culture, you know? The gay people and vegans have a lot in common. Like, they both have to tell their families at Thanksgiving. That's when they have to tell them. And dad gets angry. Your mother worked all night cooking that turkey, and you're telling me you're a fucking faggot? You know, it's drama. But those are the old days. Things are better now. I think it's pretty amazing when you think about it. The people used to say that being gay was wrong. Pretty recently, folks used to, like most people used to say that being gay was wrong. Of course, it's not wrong to be gay. I mean, it's pretty gay, but it's not wrong. But that's what people used to say. And now nobody says that. And I think that's a positive change. I think that's a good thing. Although I do wonder if there are gay people who miss when it was wrong. Maybe there's a few who miss when it was, because wasn't it a little more fun when it was like, this is fucking crazy? Like, didn't that give it a little zhuzh, a little, I could lose my job, oh fuck. Because now they're like everybody else, which is great, and they can get married, that's terrific, but is that fun? To fuck your husband at your house? Wasn't it more fun to be in an old nightclub at 4 a.m, like, I'm breaking my mother's heart? Oh, yeah. I don't know. I don't even mean just gay people. Just some people like when sex is a little fucked up, you know? Some people like when sex is a little fucked up. All right. No. All right, you want to talk about it? Should we talk about it? Yeah, all right. I don't mind talking about it. Okay. Here's what I'll do. I'll give you some advice. Here's some advice that really only I can give you. Here's my advice. If you ever ask somebody, can I jerk off in front of you? Just let me finish. I mean, let me finish what I'm saying. Fuck. Okay. If you ever ask somebody, may I jerk off in front of you? And they say yes. Just say, are you sure? That's the first part. And then if they say yes, just don't fucking do it. Just don't do it. Because look, whatever you're into, okay? Because everybody's got their thing. Whatever your thing is, I don't know. You all have your thing. I don't know what your thing is. You're so fucking lucky that I don't know what your thing is. Do you understand how lucky you are that people don't know your fucking thing? Because everybody knows my thing. Everybody knows my fucking thing now. Obama knows my thing. Do you understand how that feels? To know that Obama was like, good Lord. Everybody in the world knows my thing. I got on an airplane in Italy. This little kid was like, Mama, that's the guy who jacked off in front of the people. So whatever your thing is, I don't know what it is. Maybe you can't come unless you have your father on speakerphone. Whatever it is. If you want to do it with somebody else, you need to ask first. But if they say yes, you still don't get to just go, woo, and charge ahead. You got to check in often. I guess that's what I would say. Check in. Because it's not always clear how people feel. Like, men are taught to make sure the woman is okay. But the thing is, women know how to seem okay when they're not okay. So you can't just look at her face and be like, yeah, her eyes are dry, we're fine, let's just keep going. You gotta check in. Because communication during sex can be very confusing. Like, sometimes you're with a woman, you're having sex, she's making noises, she's going like, ooh, ah, and you're like, oh, she loves it. Not necessarily. Sometimes they're making those noises just to get through it. Because it's easier to go, ooh, than to say, I hate how you fuck me. Honestly, it's awful. So she goes, ooh, baby. It's kind of like a Negro spiritual. It's sort of similar. So to assume that she likes it is like if they heard slaves singing in the fields and you're like, hey, they're having a great time out there. As far as my thing, I don't know what the fuck. People are like, why do you want to do it anyway? Okay, I don't know. I like jerking off. I don't like being alone. That's all I can tell you. I get lonely. Where is everyone? It's just sad. I like company. I like to share. I'm good at it, too. If you're good at juggling, you wouldn't do it alone in the dark. You would gather folks and amaze them. Anyway, that's all I'm going to say about that shit. Well. Let me ask you a question. You ever wonder how many people ever fucked your mom? We're almost done. You're doing great. This is important to me. You ever look at your mom and go like, Mom, how many dicks? Just how many? I lost my mom, so those are the things I don't know, so I'm curious. I don't feel like a lot of dudes fuck my mom. Not because she's like pure, because I don't think so. But I hope it was as many as she wanted. That's what I hope. I hope she got all the dicks she ever dreamed of, because I loved her. I hope at the end my mom was like, that was plenty of dicks. But I'll never know, because you don't know your mom. That's the truth. You don't really know your mother. You feel like you know her, but you know what she told you. She didn't tell you shit. You don't tell your kids your life. What did your mother tell you? I won a swimming medal when I was 12. She didn't tell you, like, I used to fuck this guy at work. It was amazing. She didn't tell you that. Think about your mom's life story as she told it to you. There's huge holes in that story. Like, well, I graduated when I was 22, and then I met your father when I was 35. Feels like a lot of dicks would fit right in there, Mom. You know those movies where a mother and a daughter switch bodies? You ever seen a movie like this? It's always like Freaky Friday, some Disney comedy, where a mother and a daughter switch bodies, and then they're like, whoa! Then they have to water ski and be in a rock band together. And then they switch back and they know each other better. That's the formula. I think they should make another one of those movies. But it should be about a mother who switches bodies with her son. But it's not a comedy, it's a drama. Like a medical affliction. They're upset the whole time. She's in the bathroom in the morning. I'm holding my son's penis. It's confusing. And her son is in her body. He's like, I don't want to be my mommy anymore. I don't like how it feels. And his dad comes home and he starts fucking on me. Oh, God. What's happening now? I don't like this. But I don't want to say no to my dad. And then at the end of the movie, they never switch back. You guys were great. Thank you very much for coming tonight. It was a pleasure talking to you. Because I need to come. I need to.
Coming is a need. I came the first time when I was 12 and I haven't skipped a day. I come every day. And I've fucked maybe 20 times in my life, so it's just been me doing most of the work. And I really, I jerk off way too much and it upsets me. I don't know why. Maybe it's because it's so selfish. I don't know what it is, but I know it's bad. I know I'm hurting somebody somewhere. There's something wrong with it. Like, I was thinking the other day that you can figure out how bad a person you are by how soon after September 11th you masturbated, like how long you waited. And for me, it was between the two buildings going down. So I had the feeling I had to do it. I had to. Otherwise, they win. That's the way I was looking at it at the time. This was a strange time for all of us. I'm 45 now, so I'm either halfway through a healthy life or almost done with not so healthy life. I don't know which one. I won't know till it's over where this was. I don't know how long I'm going to live. I don't know. Nobody knows, I guess. I think human life expectancy is pretty good. We get a good run, Some people die early, If I die now, people will be like, oh, that's too bad. If I die 5 years from now, they'll be like, well, all right. Like, it's not even, it's like as soon as you're 50, you're a candidate. You know there's no candlelight vigils for 50-year-old guys that die. And you start pushing in the area. Yeah, some people get to be like 80s, 90s. There are people that get to like 114 and then they're in the news. And it's always some old guy. I met Napoleon. No, you didn't. You liar. You oldest liar in the world. But 45, you're not old yet, but you start having moments where you kind of start getting what old is. Especially if you didn't take care of yourself, I have moments where I'm like, wow, this seems early for this. Like, this is something that happens to me a lot. I'll be sitting watching TV or doing nothing. And all of a sudden I'll realize, I need to wipe my ass right now. I mean, nothing happened, but I really got to wipe my ass right now. Right now. Got to make trips to the bathroom just to wipe my ass. How did this happen already? I'm 45. Already my asshole's just like, ugh. My asshole's like the waistband on old pajama bottoms. Just kind of loose and ineffectual. My asshole's like a bag of leaves that nobody tied up. Was just sitting on the lawn, full and open, puking leaves onto the grass with every wisp of wind. Some kid kicks it over on his way home from a tough day at middle school. Rats. It's a pretty accurate description of my asshole. Here's another thing about my age right now. If I'm, say I'm sitting down. If I'm sitting anywhere, which I love sitting so much. I would take sitting and doing nothing to standing and fucking any day. This is way better than coming. This is way better. This is where, in my age, if I'm sitting down and somebody tells me I need to get up and go in another room, I need to be told all the information why first. You gotta explain all of that shit to me. What, why do I, what, no, why though? Your car's being towed right now. Well, that's what happens to me then. I accept that. Because getting up is a whole thing. It means first I have to decide, do I really want to be alive anymore? Like, let's start with that. And then I gotta start kind of rocking to get momentum. Like I'm trying to get an old Honda out of a snowbank.
Shit. The worst part of my day, worst part of every day of my life is when I have to put on my socks. Putting on my socks is the worst part of every day. And it always will be. Even if I have a terrible day in the future where my grandmother is murdered by my other grandmother. If that ever happened to me, the worst part of that day will be when I put on my socks. Because, but if I had to putting on my socks, that means here's what I have to do. I have to get my hands past my pointed toe. I don't even know how I do it. I'm sitting here, I don't know how I do that. It's because it's like folding a bowling ball in half. And as soon as I start, I can feel I'm pushing all the fat up into my vital organs. And I just feel all the systems failing. Beep, beep, beep. And I have to I have to lay on my back like an 8-year-old and go like this. And I start passing out. And I know other people's lives are hard. I know. I saw an interview on TV with Michael J. Fox. And he has Parkinson's. And he was describing brushing his teeth. He said it takes him 2 hours a day. And he said it's agony. And I saw this and I thought, okay, that's hard. That is hard. And so is putting on my socks. Sorry, Michael. Doesn't make it easier to know about your thing. Tell you what, I'll help you brush your teeth. You help me with the socks. I love traveling and seeing all the different parts of the country. I live in New York. There's no value to your doing that at all. I live in New York. I always, there's this old lady in my neighborhood, and she's always walking her dog. She's always she's very old. She just stands there just being old. And the dog just fights gravity every day. Just the two of them. It's really, the dog's got a cloudy eye and she's got a cloudy eye. And they just stand there looking at the street in 2 dimensions together. And she's always wearing like this sweater dress. I guess it was a sweater when she was like 5'10", but now it's just like this sweater. And her legs are a nightmare. They're just white with green streaks and bones sticking out, and her legs are awful. I saw a guy with no legs wheeling by, and he was like, ugh, no, thank you. I do not want those. I'd rather just have air down here like I have than to look down at that shit. I see these two all the time. And I always look at them and I always think, God, I hope she dies first. I do. I hope she dies first for her sake. Because I don't want her to lose the dog. I don't think she'll be able to handle it. If the old lady dies first, I'm not worried about the dog. Because the dog doesn't even know about the old lady. This dog is aware of 3 inches around his head. He's living in 2-second increments. The second he's in and the one he just left is all he knows about. But if he dies, this lady, she's going to be destroyed because this dog is all she has. And I know he's all she has because she has him. If she had one person in her life, she would not keep this piece of shit little dog. Even if just some young woman in her building one morning were to say, good morning, Gladys, she'd be like, oh, good, and just flush him down the toilet. Just, the dog just keeps bumping on the drain. She gives up, ends up just shitting on her dog for the rest of her life. I like getting older, though, because for me, the kind of guy I am, getting older makes my life better. You know, like my sex life, way better at 45. Because of the kind of, look, because this situation is okay at 45. This is not a fun kind of a 17-year-old to be. And some people, their life is better when they're younger. You know, young dudes, young skinny dudes. Best life in the world is being a young skinny dude. They don't have to do anything. They just show up with a big Adam's apple and a smelly t-shirt. Hey, I'm here for the easy pussy for the rest of my life. So where do I go? Everywhere? Okay, cool. But for guys like me, this is not a fun youth. It gets better. I'd like to make one of those "it gets better" ads for just dumpy young guys. We could use a little help, a little encouragement, just somebody on TV. Listen, man, I know it's tough right now. You're vaguely heavy with no face. You have zero value on the sexual marketplace. You feel invisible to the girls in school because you are. But it gets better. Because you all grow up and you pretty much look just like this your whole life. And they don't. Their options start running out really fast and you're going to be there. As long as you stay relatively employed and washed, you're going to be amazing. In your 40s, you're going to be the branch that she can grab before she hits the ground. It's going to be so great. It just takes time for her circumstances to match your looks, but it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. When real shit matters, you're gonna be the sexiest motherfucker in the world. It's just time. That's all it takes. There's a formula to this. It's pussy plus time over income squared.
Jesus plus 2017 years, 4 months, and 3 days is when your license expires. How is that not a win for the Christians? How is that not a complete win? That's not a Monday off in October. That's there was no time before Jesus. And the whole world's went, okay, sure. And then somebody was like, what about the years before him? There were billions, infinity. Those go backwards. You want us to measure most of history backwards? To accommodate one religion? Uh-huh. All right, we'll do it. It's fine. We'll do it.
It's different. Like if murder was legal, I might have killed a few people. I don't know. I'd love to think, I would never do that. But we really need the law against murder. For one simple reason. The law against murder is the number one thing preventing murder. We'd like to think it's because I would never do that. No, it's because it really sucks getting caught murdering. A lot. If murder was legal, or just a misdemeanor, like you get a thing in the mail, oh shit, they had a camera there. Oh, well. If murder was legal, there would be so much murder. Regular people would murder. Murderers would murder even more. And then really nice, sweet people would murder a few people. But nobody would murder no people. You wouldn't trust somebody who didn't murder. If murder was legal, you wouldn't like them. I never killed anybody. Okay, nice meeting you. Ugh. What a creep. Not even a hooker. Live a life. What's wrong with that guy? He's like a Mormon or some shit. I hate those guys.
I think he's nice. Shut up, Janet. It would just... If murder was legal, there would be a lot of murder. Children would behave very differently because mostly parents would be murdering their own kids. That's mostly what would happen if murder was legal. You'd be, you go to a mall, there'd be like 8 different moms in the mall just, I told you to stop it! You didn't listen to me! You'd be stepping over dead kids. It would be like a new problem. You have to clean up your kids when you kill them because it's gross. It's bad for the environment. If you murder your child in a public place, please use one of the red bags that are in the dispensers every 3 feet of America. Put your murdered child in the red bag with a logo of a murdered kid on it. Next to the other logo that tells you not to let your alive kid play with a plastic bag because they might suffocate. In which case, you could just leave them in the bag.
The thing that's great about comedy is breaking those rules, like not being fair. Comedy's not supposed to be fair.
Right.
So I remember back when people were saying this thing a lot, that comedy should never punch down.
Yeah.
So everyone just said, comedy should never punch down. So you did it wrong.
Yeah.
Well, no, that's not true that
Yeah.
it shouldn't never punch down.
Yeah.
You don't like comedy, or you're pretending you don't like comedy.
Exactly.
That punches
Yes.
down. So I was explaining this to somebody once who didn't understand what it meant. Mm-hmm. And I said, well, the idea with don't punch down with comedy is this. If you have a maid or a cleaning lady in an office building who has like 5 jobs, mm-hmm. and she sees the boss walk by who's a billionaire, and she says, fuck that guy. You're like, yeah. Mm-hmm. But if a billionaire goes up to a little cleaning lady mm-hmm. and like spills coffee on her head and goes, ha ha, I was telling this person, that's not funny. Of course, it's a trillion times funnier.
Louis C.K., who has a new book called Ingram.
You are where you are, I'm 40 now, and that's, I'm 40. I'm half dead, basically. 40's a weird age. You get to this point where, like, you're not old enough for anybody to give a shit that you're old. Nobody's like, I helped a 40-year-old guy today, and it felt really good to do something for him. Nobody spends their holidays delivering hot meals to 40-year-olds. And you're not young enough for anybody to ever be proud of you or impressed. They're just like, yeah, do your job, asshole. Nobody cares. And the world looks at you like when you're 40, if you go to the doctor, guess what? They don't try to fix anything anymore. They stop trying to fix shit. When you get to be 40, they just go, yeah, that starts to happen. They don't care. I went to the doctor because my ankle hurt, right? Now, if you're 20 and you have a bad shoulder, the doctor will reconstruct your shoulder through miracles of modern science. He'll take your ear and make a shoulder out of it. It's weird. But when you're 40, they just give you no options. They don't care. I went because my ankle, I was limping for like a month out of nowhere. And the doctor, he brings me and he shows me an x-ray of my ankle. He's like, yeah, your ankle's just worn out. What do you mean, I injured my ankle? He's like, no, it's just shitty now. See that dark area? Ugh, it's all hardened. Yeah, they get like that. And they're not good anymore. So just goodbye? Nothing? Is there nothing? Nothing? There's no, it's like an incurable shitty ankle. That's it. And he goes, well, there's things you can do. You can stretch. For a half hour a day, you should stretch your ankle. I was like, how long will that take to fix it? He's like, no, you just do that now. That's just a new thing you do until you and your shitty ankle both die. And he goes, well, you could take a leave. Just take a leave. You could buy it, just take it. And you can take whatever amount. It doesn't matter. Like, don't pay attention to the dosage. Like, really? He's like, yeah, you could take 10 a day. You'd be fine. He said take 10 a leave a day. I said, I heard, doesn't that stuff like hurt your intestines? He goes, oh yeah, it'll do some intestinal damage after a while. But you just gotta weigh that against how much you like your ankle not hurting. And at one point I was like, hey, what if I was like an athlete or something? He goes, you're not an athlete, so no to whatever else you were about to say.
Let's
I have this friend, he has a phone that can IM, he can instant message, and so now I really want him to die because I'm sick of getting these fucking messages from him on his phone. I'm in a shoe store. That's the whole message. We're not secret agents. I don't need to know where you are. So I get this message from him. He says, I'm on an airplane in Seattle. So I wrote back and I said, well, I hope your plane crashes. And he gets pissed off and he calls me, take it back. We're about to take off. I'm like, fuck you. I hope it crashes. I don't have to take it back. Hope it crashes twice. Hope it crashes and kills Haffy and they go, fuck it, let's try again. And they take off and crash again. I hope that happens. Sincerely, I hope it. And he tries to make, he goes, well, how are you going to feel now if my plane crashes after you went and said that? I'm like, are you shitting me? That would be amazing. To know that I can do that? I'd happily trade your life for knowledge of my powers. He's one of those guys who just makes you hate him because, you know when you have a friend that you hate, you can't break up with your friends, you know? He always starts conversations that I don't want to have. You know, he's like, hey, what would you do if you had a time machine? I'm like, fuck you. I don't... You know what? I wouldn't use it. I just let it sit in my house. I'd put a drink on it. And yeah, I got a time machine. I never even wanted it. I don't know. I'm not interested. I'd use it to go back 30 minutes ago and punch you in the fucking face before you ask me that. That's all. One use. So he goes, well, here's what I would do. Because, of course, that's the whole fucking point of asking me, is to stare at me while I say mine and then say his. So he said if he had a time machine, he would kill Hitler. Like, he would go back and kill Hitler. I love that he thinks he can just kill Hitler just because he just goes back there and walk up and kill the dude. And I was thinking, that's a noble purpose for a time machine. I would do that. But I would have gone back then, but I wouldn't have killed Hitler. I would have raped him. That's what I thought. Because... I think that would have been enough. I think that would have stopped him from doing all that shit. If he had been raped by me, he never would have pulled any of that stuff, man. Should we invade Poland? No, I'll just take a shower. I don't feel good. He would have... Low self-esteem and, you know... I'm not condoning rape, obviously. You should never rape anyone. Unless you have a reason, like you want to fuck somebody and they won't let you, in which case, what other option do you have? How else are you supposed to have an orgasm in their body if you don't rape them? I mean, what the fuck? Okay, that's fucked up. Missed the other day, and we're listening to NPR. We always listen to NPR because we're better than you. And so we're listening to NPR at breakfast the other morning, and there's this one story where they kept using this phrase. They kept saying 9/11 deniers. They kept saying that. 9/11 deniers. And my daughter was like, what is that? And I said, well, it's a group of people that think September 11th was a conspiracy. And she said, oh, I thought they were saying 9/11 deniers. Yeah, she thought they meant 9 people who just ain't buying this 11 bullshit. Just a small fringe group, really. There's only 9 of them. But they still got on NPR, they got on the radio because they're dedicated. They protest every day. They're the 9/11 deniers. They're outside of the White House. It goes 10, 12, 13. Just know it. We are the 9/11 deniers. We know that 11 is a bullshit number propagated on the people by the man. Why do we have 11 when we have 13 and 14 and 15 and 16, 17, motherfucking 18 and 19, but we do not have a 1 team?
What happened to one team? The government took one team and replaced it with some bullshit called 11. We are the 9 that deny that shit. Mr. President, give us back one team.
I don't mean to offend any Chinese people with the stereotype, but
That's right, I'm Chinese, motherfuckers. I lived in Shanghai. I'm Chineser than a motherfucker. My chopsticks and whatnot. Ha!
all right. I'm sorry. Here's the thing. Stereotypes are harmful. That's the truth. But the voices are funny. And I don't know how to reconcile those two facts. I enjoy doing the voices, but they're offensive. So I do them at home. I used to do them for my kids when they were little. They liked them. They didn't know it was a race thing. They just enjoyed, Daddy, do the friendly man. You want me to be the friendly man, little girl? We love the friendly man. He loves little white girls too. Let's have some scrambled egg. And then they grew up and I was like, don't talk about the friendly man. Maybe don't talk to your teachers about them. My kids go to public school in New York City, and all right, send your kids there then. Teach them that's what life is like. The teachers amaze me because I don't know. This is the worst. Here's the worst thing about this country to me is that there's no more noble profession than to be a public school teacher. It's easily, please don't. You're not going to like it. You're not going to like where it's going. I don't recommend clapping at any things. You'll regret it at the end of the thing. In a democracy, there's no more noble contribution you can make than to teach in a public school. And in this country, the people that do that, they're fucking losers. They're just rock bottom fucking losers. And everybody knows it, but they keep doing it. New people are teaching every day, knowing how shitty it is. They show up, they tell them ahead of time, hi, what is this job? And they say, okay, here's what we need you to do. We need you to make children know math. Wow. Do they want to know math? No, they don't want to know it. You need to make them know it against their will while they're exploding sexually and Who are these children? Just whatever kids live near the building. How much do I get paid? About $10 every 4 years. What if I get really good at it? What happens? Nothing. Nothing happens. Nobody notices and you get fired and you die alone. Okay, I'll try it for 25 years. My daughter's learning about Greek mythology, and she was asking me questions about it. She was like, Daddy, who's Achilles' mother? I said, I don't fucking know. Don't ask me that shit. I don't know who Achilles' mother is. Don't yell it out if you know it, please. They get camp-amputees. Nobody cares what you know. She had a question about Achilles, and it was an interesting question, and I'll tell it to you. But first, the story of Achilles, real quick. Achilles was a baby, he was a Greek baby, and he didn't stay that way, but when he was a Greek baby, his mother, who was a goddess, took him into the river Styx, which is at Hades, the land of the dead, and she dipped him in the water of the river Styx because there was a magical quality to that water that it would make you impervious of any harm. You couldn't be hurt. It was like a shield, right? So she dipped him in that water to protect him. But she held him by the heel
That's the important detail. Held him by the heel, which is an awkward way to hold a baby. By the heel. Try holding a baby by the heel and dipping it in a river. You'll never see that baby again.
I lose the baby in the water. I was trying to wash him and he fell in the river. I'm sorry, Mr. Achilles, I lose your baby. You told me to hold him by the heel. He's asleep.
Achilles' mother's Mexican nanny. It's a lesser known character in the Iliad. Anyway, his mother, she was able to hold on, of course, because she was a goddess. She was the goddess of grit or whatever, I don't know. And she held on, and then he was protected, except on his heel. His heel was not protected. And so that's what we call your Achilles heel, your one vulnerable place. Everybody's got their Achilles heel. Achilles' Achilles heel was his heel. Like literally. Anyway, so my daughter, here was her question. She said, how come his mother didn't just dip him again? She could have just dipped him one more time with the other leg in there. What, does she just like you're like a sign that says one dip per goddess? Did you ever color an Easter egg? It's not that complicated. You dip it, and then you hold it differently and dip it again. Smart kid. I was proud of her. But at the same time, I thought, who the fuck are you to judge this woman? It bothered me. Because here's what the story of Achilles teaches me, is that if you're a parent, it's never enough what you do for these motherfuckers. It's just never enough. It's still gonna be your fault. How much more do you want from a mother? She dipped her kid in magic water and protected 99% of his body. Is any of it up to him? He could have just wore a big shoe and be careful. But he goes out in sandals, fucking flip-flops, and a sword and fights the whole planet. I'm Achilles because my mother dipped me. Finally, somebody got him in the heel, and he's like, Mom! Thanks a lot, Mom! Dip my heel. She's so stupid, she ruined it. Fuck you, Achilles, you Greek.
I was going to talk about Boston, and here's the thing. They have this whole gay marriage thing in Massachusetts, and they're fighting it in the courts, and I don't understand the argument against it legally. Like, I know what their problem is, but how do they argue it in court? You know, like, I can imagine the old, when they get to the Supreme Court and the lawyers for the gay side are like, well, Your Honor, we pay taxes, there's nothing illegal about what we do, we're the same as anyone else, why shouldn't we get the same protection under the law that heterosexuals get? And then they ask the other lawyer, and he says, Your Honor, they're fucking queer! They're fucking queer! That's it, isn't it? Isn't that the whole... Well, okay, counselor, but I don't see what that has to... What, are you fucking faggot? Your Honor, you're gonna get a fucking beating. Faggot! Isn't that the whole argument? Or that argument that the soccer moms, how am I going to explain that to my kid? I don't like explaining things to my kid. I don't like talking to him. So you should stop your whole lifestyle. So that I don't have to talk to my kid, you should stop being in love with each other, because, how am I going to, you know what, fuck you, stop it. It's weird. But, fuck, what was I going to say about that? Oh yeah, like, I don't know. I never understood anger towards gay people because it doesn't affect it's actually the one thing that people can do, sex, that doesn't affect you at all. Nobody's being gay at you. Like you walk in a room full of gay people and, oh, Jesus! Oh!
gay! I mean, where do you come in? That you got a good... Like, I can understand if you're mowing your lawn and two guys are blowing each other on their grass, like in the middle of your lawn, you're like, come on, you faggots! You gotta cut around you every morning, it's bullshit! Fucking lawn is all uneven. Or if you're eating your breakfast and you're about to put your spoon in the cereal bowl and two guys touch dicks in front of yours. Hey, come on! I gotta go to work. I don't have time to dodge your dicks with my spoon. That's outrageous behavior. Jesus didn't die on a cross so you could touch your dicks together in front of my cereal spoon. I'm sure that's not why. I mean, I wasn't there, but I assume that's not why. Couldn't possibly have been on his list. Anyway. Is that even a gay act, the touching of the two penises? I think that's what I pictured when I was a kid. That's what sex is. Between guys is just very formal, just. Thank you. Well done. Well played. Right on target. I don't think that's even gay. That's just friendly. Hey, Bill, how you doing? Let's see it. How you doing? Tip of your dick feels nice against the tip of my dick. I know, right?
But no, it's hard. Having kids and being married, it's difficult. And, you know, whatever. But one thing it's made me is it's impossible for me to have any sympathy for single people. I just don't give a shit about single people. I don't dislike single people, but I don't get... Whenever single people complain about anything, I really want them to just shut the fuck up. Because... First of all, if you're single, your life has no consequence on the earth. Even if you're helping people aggressively, which you're fucking not, nobody gives a shit what happens to you. You can die and it actually doesn't matter. It doesn't. Your mother will cry, whatever, but otherwise nobody gives a shit. I can't die. I got 2 kids and my wife doesn't fucking work, so I don't get to die. I can't die. I love her, but she's a painter. Great. Paint a dollar, take some pressure off, please. But single people, when you they complain. Like, we don't complain when you ask a parent, hey, how's the family? We go, great. That's all we ever say. It's never fucking great. But we say great because we're not going to tell you, well, my wife assassinated my sexual identity and my children are eating my dreams. We don't fucking bother you with that. We just say great. But if you ask a single person, how's it going? They're like, well, my apartment doesn't get enough southern light, and the carpeting is getting a little moldy. You know what you should do? Burn it down and kill yourself, because nobody fucking cares. My girlfriend doesn't like the same music as me, and she acts bored at parties. We fucking call her and say, fuck you, and hang up, and leave her. You can end that shit with a phone call. I need a fucking gun and a plane ticket and bleach and shit. I need a whole bunch of... Thank you guys very much. You've been really great.
I'm divorced, and I still date mostly women who are younger than me recently, because that's who looks better. Nah, it's true. I've always been with women my age or older. I was married to a woman a year older than me for 10 years, and that's always been the way but you know, there's some guys that have to be with a younger woman. There's cultures that believe the man should be much older. Like, there's religions that have like a formula, you know, like take the man's age and subtract 10, and then whatever else you have to do to get to 12. Just solve for 12. But I didn't suddenly get interested in younger women. What happened was I got older and they got interested in me, because younger women like older guys. They just do this. The other part, nobody says. I don't do anything to get younger women. I just stand there like this. And they see me and they're like, that would be so weird to fuck that old guy. And then we get blamed. The older guy always gets blamed. You see an older man with a young woman, everybody's like, that guy's a pervert. No, she's a pervert. He's normal. He likes pretty women. She likes that.
Good. Nice to be here. Nice to be in Aspen. My name's Louis. I live in New York. And I like New York. It's the only city where you actually have to say things like, hey, that's mine. Don't pee on that. You know? Usually you don't need that phrase. I did something really stupid the other day. I went to buy groceries at a supermarket and I forgot to have money. Have you ever done that? I was totally broke. And I didn't realize till the guy had bagged all my stuff and everything. And he says, $85. And I said, I don't have any money. And he's like, what, you don't have enough money? No, I don't have any money at all. I need to know what to do. He's like, well, you want to put some of your stuff back? Is that what you're saying? Put it all back, I think. The worst thing is I didn't know how to leave. It's like, well, see you later. I had fun picking his stuff out anyway. I got a boner shop in here. Thanks, man. I always get in these embarrassing situations. Like, you know when you tell somebody a story, then a week later you tell them the same story again because you forgot? And by this time you've added a bunch of lies to it and you've embellished it. The other day I was telling a guy a funny story about something that happened to me, and it was true, but it didn't really happen to me. It happened to somebody else. I was just lying and saying it was me. And all of a sudden I realized that I was talking to the guy that it happened to. And he's like, that wasn't you, that was me. What the fuck is wrong with you? Oh, I thought that happened to me. Shit. So I got kind of lonely last night. I ended up calling one of those phone sex numbers. You ever call those? Like 1-900-BIG-TITS or whatever it is, 1-900 big old floppity titties. Those lines you call. And I always end up talking to some woman who's like 55 and her name is Blanche or something. It's like,
I'm going to take your trousers off very slowly. And then I'm going to play with your balls.
sounds like a threat. Stay away from my balls, lady. I'll call the police. I gotta do something, though. It's ridiculous. It's been so long for me since I've had any real sex that even now when I masturbate, I don't have any point of reference for the fantasy, Like now when I masturbate, I just fantasize about other times I masturbated. That's all I really have now to say. Oh, yeah, my old apartment. Yeah, that was a good one. I was in jail about a week ago because I drive, but I don't have a driver's license. So I had to go to jail, and I had to be strip searched at this jail. And so I'm staying naked in front of this cop, and he looks at me and he just says, "All right, lift." And I was like, "Lift what?" And he says, "Lift your testicles." And I was like, "Well, can I use my hands or?" Or do you just want me to go, rise, testicles! Rise on my command! Look at my great red hairy balls and fear me! Mira mis cojones grandes y pelirrojos! So that was a bad night. Sorry. You ever wear a bathing suit because you ran out of clean underwear? I better not do that. I did that once. I was on a date with a girl and I was wearing a bathing suit under my pants because I didn't have laundry. And she wouldn't have known except for I had that white string flapping outside my fly the whole time. And she's like, "What, do you have a tampon in there? What the hell are you doing? You're a loser." Yes. The other night I woke up in the middle of the night and my hand was asleep. Has this ever happened to you? Because I was sleeping like this for whatever reason. And I woke up and my shoulder hurt like a motherfucker. And I took out my hand and it was like white and I couldn't feel it. And I'm pinching it really fucking hard. I couldn't feel, I'm breaking the fingers and nothing. It was dead. So you know what I did? I put it on my penis so it would feel like somebody else. And it worked. But then I thought, shit, I got some guy's hand on my dick. I don't want some dead guy's hand on my dick. Get that out of here. Sex is weird, though. When you're having sex with somebody, you start to make those noises. Those sexual noises. You ever feel weird about the noises you make during sex? You ever listen to yourself and go like, where the fuck did I pick that one up? What the hell was that? Because sometimes you make the oddest noises. You really get into it. You're like, woo! That'd be fun to make that noise with somebody that you're having sex with for the very first time, And After all the tension that built up to it, right at the moment of passion, you go, ah! Just to watch their face going, oh, shit. Fuck, man, another one. It's important to make those noises, though. They're very important because the reason we moan during sex is to guide your partner. You're there. It's kind of like a homing device, you know? It's kind of like if a woman is doing something to my nipples during sex or during a boating accident or whatever, it doesn't matter exactly when. If she's doing something to my nipples, I usually want to say to her, you know, you're really wasting your time, honestly. You might as well be licking my wallet. There's just nothing there. Just fucking blow it off, you know? But that would be rude, you know? So you just moan less at the nipple. You just kind of do that holding pattern bullshit moan. It's like, oh, whatever, you know. And then if she starts to move lower, ha, 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 yes! Genius! You know what would be fun to do one time when you're having sex with somebody? Don't make any noise at all. Just lie there perfectly still. And then right at the moment of orgasm, you just look at them and you go, I had sex with this woman once, and she turned out to be a complete nymphomaniac. And I always thought I'd want to be with a nymphomaniac, but it was really a nightmare, you know? Because she wanted to just keep going and going. And the sex was really hard work, too, because she was like just grabbing me, pulling me in there, going, come on, fuck me, come on! Come on, you redheaded faggot, do it, come on! You know. And I'm just, whoa, like a big dildo. All right, whatever. Whoa. So we're done, finally, and I'm like really tired, you know? And she looks at me and she goes, let's do it again. Like creepy like that, you know? Let's do it again. And I was like, all right. So we do it again. She's like, come on, fuck it, you know? And now we're done and I'm just dead. I'm a bag of shit lying there. I got nothing. And she says, let's do it again. And I was like, why? Really? I mean, we accomplished the thing. What is there, a prize? What are we doing here? So we did it again, and this time from behind, which is good for me, because I can't hide the pain in my face anymore. It's impossible. And then she starts getting into it, right? And she starts, like, backing into me really hard. She's going like, bam! 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 And it really fucking hurt a lot. So I had to say something, you know? So I said, hey, take it easy. It's the most polite thing I could think of, you know? I didn't want to say, hey, don't back your snatch into me so hard. You're gonna rip my dick off, you fucking lunatic. Hi, Mom. Anyway, I think sex is a great thing. I think that everybody should be allowed to have all the kinds of sex they want, you know? I would never let a woman spank me, though, because I always be afraid that then I gotta go buy hoods and magazines, and it's like skiing, you go broke on that shit, you know? But I don't understand people that are intolerant of certain sex. Like one guy came up to me once and in the middle of the street and told me I was wearing a faggy shirt. What the hell does that mean? Total stranger walks up to me. Hey, nice faggy shirt, you faggot! What the hell does that mean? I remember the shirt I was wearing, it was pink, and it had these little pictures of guys blowing each other on it, you know, I still don't know, right? But the thing is, though, people just don't, like, I was talking to a friend of mine once about another guy, and I said, is he gay? And my friend said, oh, yeah, he's really gay. What the hell does that mean? How do you get to be really gay? Are there many levels? Do you start out just a little bit gay? Like, you know, I feel like I'm coming down with the queers a little bit today. I just feel a little bit queer. I just feel like touching a penis like this. And then one day you're taking it up the ass, you're jerking off two guys and blowing somebody all at the same time. And you go, wow, I'm really gay. I am very homosexual. Look at all these penises. I'm the gayest man in the world. I am faggotor. No one is gayer than me. Thank you very much. You've been a pleasure. Good night.
I always want to be that person where it's a new thing. Somebody's like, hey, you want to try this? And I'm like, oh, I don't know. I should. It's crazy. I don't even know how to do it. I mean, what is this? Anyway, I got my friend had the little vape. I'm a little worried, honestly, by the young people with the vaping and they just do this and then they just vape and they just stand on the corner and puff and look at the fucking thing. And I miss you. That's what it is. I miss you people. Because you used to stand around like this, and I get to go, fuck that one, and that was okay. But now I'm just looking at the top of people's heads now. But I didn't realize how, like my friend, I have a younger friend who vapes, and she told me it's just to kind of like calm down. She's like, I barely feel it, Sometimes it helps me sleep. So one night we're hanging out, I'm like, I'm gonna go home and go to sleep. Maybe I'll just try it. So I took one little tiny hit. I was insane. I was completely insane. I was in my house. I couldn't even walk past the window. I had to go under the windows because I was afraid of the inside of my own brain.
The other night, my wife sent me to Walgreens to get toilet paper because we were out of toilet paper because I had thrown it all in the garbage so I could get out of the house. So I'm driving to Walgreens, it was nighttime, and I'm driving, and then I see a deer. And I fucking hate deer. I hate them, because they're everywhere up there. I used to live in the city, and I loved deer then, because I was this liberal in the city, and I'd see deer, and you're driving with your friends out to the country, and you see a deer, and everybody's like, oh my God, turn off the car, don't scare the deer. It's just so beautiful, look at the beautiful deer. Look how he looks around, it's just so mysterious, beautiful. God gave us a gift, everybody, just enjoy it, just enjoy the gift of the beautiful deer. But now I live, and deer are in my fucking yard every day, and they suck. They're just rats with hooves. They don't matter. They have ticks that give you Lyme disease, and they shit everywhere, and they make a noise. Did you know that? They go, oh, they're assholes. They're shit animals. I go out every morning and throw rocks at them, and I try really hard to hit them on the head with rocks. And they don't care. They're like, they don't care. I don't have a gun, but if I did, I would shoot a baby deer in the mouth and feel nothing. I wouldn't feel anything. I just go, oh look, he's dead. That's interesting. I guess that's what happens when you shoot him in the fucking mouth. I go out of my way to kill a deer. I would happily blow 20 guys in an alley with bleedy dicks so I could get AIDS and then fuck a deer and kill it with my AIDS. I would do that in a second. I mean it. I mean it. So I see this deer, and this is how dumb these deer. I hit him with the headlights, and he does that whole thing, and then he won't just go. He's like, "Can I go? Is it okay if I go?" And I'm like, "Fucking go! You're gonna go!" He's like, "Go!" I'm like, just go! And then I get close, and I try to kind of get away from him, and then I see him, and he looks at me, and he panics. I swear, and he ran and smashed his body into my fucking car. Like, just fucking destroyed my mirror, just shattered my mirror, broke his neck. I heard him break his own fucking neck, and then he just dragged his stupid deer head into the woods, and he died. And I'm glad he's dead. I was glad right away. I got out of my car, I did, and I yelled into the woods, "I'm glad you're dead, you fucking idiot!" I hope your dear wife finds you dead and dies of a broken heart. Hope your dear baby starved to death. You broke my mirror, you faggot, cunt, nigger deer. So I go to Walgreens. He just kept going. Email fight right now. You know, an email fight, not a text fight. A text fight is like, fuck you, bitch. Yeah, fuck you, bitch. Dick, bitch. You're an asshole, bitch. That's a text fight. An email fight is like, in June when I told you that I had this issue, I was very disappointed in the way you didn't listen. You know those emails you just work on it all night?
Like it's the closing argument to a murder case. It's so important, your fucking email. You're pounding it out like Beethoven and you're pouring water in your head and going deaf and still working on it. And then you send it to somebody. Can you read this and tell me if it's fair what I wrote? Start at the bottom. And they write back, I made a few changes. Oh, thank you. That really captures my voice. And yet, and then you send it to somebody else and they're like, I would take out eat shit fuckface. And you're like, no, fuck you. I'm going to keep it. And then finally you send it. And you're like, And then you feel really good. I finally said it. Finally. And you have this fantasy that they're at home reading it right now going, I'm wrong about all of the things. And at some point during the day, they haven't written back yet, and you know it's because you just bewitched them. And you decide, I'm going to read my email. I'm going to read the email that I wrote. Is there any more disgusting modern human behavior than reading your own already sent emails? Is there any more scratching your asshole and smelling your finger than that? I do it all the time. So that's what I did. I was in an email fight, and I looked in the sent folder where it's all, that's it. It's in stone. You can't change that anymore. And I realized by mistake it said, this is my latest draft. What do you think? So now the rest of it is just shit. It's shit now. Because she knows I have a writing staff and a focus group. There should be credits at the end of this fucking email. Approved by mother and sister. I don't know. Love is worth it, though. It really is. It's worth it. It is. I mean, I've always pursued love my whole life. You know, even when I was a kid, I loved girls. I loved them. And it was all, when I was 12, I discovered that girls were the greatest thing. And I would ask them out. That's what I did. I just walked up and asked them out. I had no fear. I'd go up to any girl I liked. Hey, you want to go out with me? And she's like, no! Because you weren't supposed to do that. You weren't supposed to just ask her out. There was a system. My daughters told me it still works this way in middle school. There's a thing where the boy asks his friend to ask her friend to ask her what she would say if he asked her out. How did children just know this Elizabethan parlor thing? 12-year-old boy, please inquire after her maiden friend. Were I to request her presence, what might be her answer? Indeed, my lady would enjoy your company, sir. That is well. May I finger her? You are bold, sir. And finger her you may. And finger her I shall. Anyway, I didn't do any of that myself. I would just ask them out. Girls said no to me. Till Rachel. Rachel was the first girl who said yes. I asked her to the dance in 8th grade, and she said yes. Happiest moment of my life. Even to now. I never beat it. Anyway, Rachel said yes, I'll go to the dance with you. So we went to the dance. I was 13. It's my first time with a girl. And about 5 minutes into the dance, she comes up to me and she says, do you mind if I dance with Jeff? I was like, okay. Because what other moves did I have at 13? What else are you going to say? Do you mind if I dance with Jeff? Yeah, I do. I mind very much. What the fuck do you think this is, Rachel? You know what? Get your shit. We're leaving right now. Get your shit. Shut the fuck up, Rachel. I swear to God. I didn't have any of those tools. So I said, okay. And she danced with Jeff and made out with Jeff and left with Jeff. That was it. And I learned, by the way, that guy Jeff, this is a true story. That guy Jeff, he's a woman now. That's what happened. It's true. I was looking and she has a whole blog on Facebook about becoming a woman. I was up all night reading it. I was crying. It was amazing. I was like, this is incredible. And then at the end, there's a picture of her with hair. And she says, I didn't change. I knew what I was all along. I knew I was a girl since I was 6 years old. And I read that. And I thought, why'd you take my fucking date then? You knew, you piece of shit. Fuck you, Jeff. Fuck you and your journey. I don't give a shit now. Hooray for transgender, but fuck you because you're just an asshole who became a cunt. That's what happened. I don't like dicks. That's why I'm not gay. That really is the reason. I hate dicks. Penises are very disgusting to me. I don't want to yuck your yum. I just think they're gross. I always hated penises. I hated my father's penis. I did. I hated my father's penis. Well, when you're a little boy, sometimes you got to see your dad's dick. If you go to a restaurant, you're probably going to see your dad's dick. I should explain that, right? That sounds like I have a weird father. All right, we're going out to eat. Everybody take a look. No, sometimes if you go to a restaurant with your family, when it's time to pee, you go pee with your dad if you're a little boy. If you go to a ball game with your dad, I remember there was never urinals, it was just a trough. And the little boys and the men stand there together. And the men are just standing there. And we're down here, the little boys. And the dicks are eye level. Just horrible, pissing dicks. In both directions, like a chorus line. Just. And my dad, worst. Because my dad, first of all, my father's Mexican. It's true. My father is Mexican. I'm not. I'm not Mexican. My father is. Just because some Mexican fucked my mom for years doesn't make me a Mexican. Just makes her a whore. But anyway, my father had a Mexican, Catholic, uncut, raw, organic, local, fucking free-range Mexican dick. It was just so basic. It was like a farmer's market yam just sticking out like a tamarindo pod. And the pee would spray out of it. I'm like, Dad, open your dick before you pee out of it. It's like you're pissing out of the corner of a pillowcase. And my dad's had a weird life. Too. When I was 10 years old, my parents got divorced. And, he converted to Judaism. He didn't turn into a Jew. It's not like my dad was like, he converted to Judaism. And I had friends who were Jewish, and I knew that they had little clip dicks, little neat. And then I remembered my father's alligator claw of a penis. I really hate penises. That's really my problem with being gay. That's why I'm not gay. Men are fine. I'd like to have a boyfriend. That would be nice. I would. Every time I hear somebody say my boyfriend, I'm always like, I want a boyfriend. Why can't I have a boyfriend? I'd like to have a big, tall boyfriend. That's my boyfriend. I'm mad at my boyfriend. I get to wear his jacket. It's all big on me. I'm like, this is my boyfriend's jacket. It feels like to have a big dude in my life. Comes up behind me like this. I'm like, hi. Like, I know that would be nice. But in order to get all those parts, you have to have a fucking cock shoved up your asshole, like a hard dick ramming in your ass. Oh, fuck. Oh, I just wanted to wear your jacket.